Hi everyone, welcome back. We're here with another fun-filled day of science. Yesterday we learned about sewing and about joining pieces of fabric together in order to make clothing. Almost every piece of clothing you own is probably sewn together in one way or another. Go ahead and look down at your shirt right now. I'll do the same thing. Here's the bottom of my shirt. If you can see, I'll pull it up very close to the screen. If you can see right here, there's some stitching right there. That is where some sewing took place. This is thread run back and forth through my shirt to create a hem. This fabric was turned under to create a hem on my shirt. The sleeves are like that. The neck is like that. Many parts of your clothing are like that too. Okay? Sewing takes place in lots of different places. My pants are sewn. My jacket is sewn. My sweater is sewn in one place or another. Sewing is all over the place and has a very important impact on the clothing industry. Another very interesting portion or integral or impactful or beneficial portion of the clothing world is a style called weaving. Now, weaving is very interesting and honestly my favorite thing to teach you about. And I promise you, I promise you, when we are back together in school, we will do our weaving activity because it is my absolute favorite. But when we weave, it's another way of making clothing. But it's a process of layering fabric pieces together tightly in a certain order in order to make one large piece of fabric. Okay? So the best way I can explain it to you, I'm sorry, I just used some ice as an example with my first graders, and I have the ice cube tray sitting next to me. This might look familiar to most of you, but it is thawing. It's getting warm and it's thawing and it's making noises and it startled me. But the best way I can explain weaving to you is actually what I've just done with my hands. So everybody get your hands ready. Turn them towards each other. Give yourself a high five. Move your fingers to the side so you can see all your fingers. And then interlock your fingers so that they look like this. And right now your fingers are a little bit woven, but I'm going to do it one step further. I'm going to leave this hand here, and I'm going to turn this hand. Okay, so instead of having both of my hands facing this way, I'm going to turn this hand this way. Okay, so watch. So same thing all over. But then now I'm going to turn this hand. So when you weave, it's a process of taking one piece of fabric and going under, over, under, and over in order to get a certain pattern in your fabric. Whether you're making a scarf, a sweater, a shirt, a pair of socks, a tapestry, which is a picture on a piece of fabric that you hang on the wall. Whatever it happens to be, if you weave, you take many pieces of fabric and you wiggle them to and fro, in and out of one another, until you get them where you want them, and then you end up sewing around the outside to make them all stay put. Okay, so when you weave, you have to pay very close attention to what you're doing so that you don't create a hole in the fabric. And then, because you could create a loose weave or a tight weave. And the tighter the weave, the less breathable it is. Kind of like when you're holding somebody's hand. If you're holding someone's hand loosely, like some air gets through, right? Or if you're trying to hold water in your hands. If I were pouring water through my hands and I had my hand cupped like this, water could get through there. But if I was holding it like this, less water could get through. Same principle for a weave. So the tighter the weave, the less breathable, the more warm it would be. I'll post a video of weaving in your Google Slide. I hope you have a great day and that you're able to tell me what you learned from today's videos and maybe how weaving has touched your life. And I can't wait to see what you have to share with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.